Hello everybody, welcome to the MeatyGhetti and rice surprise. $5 for 10 servings. Now the rice surprise is something I'm going to go right into right away because it's something we got to get started because this is a 40-minute cook on the ricer. I'm using an actual ricer. It plugs in the wall, it's very efficient. And what we're going to do is take seaweed, dried seaweed, wakame, and I rehydrated it in 1 cup of water right here. Okay. And then I took another package of dried loci fish, wild salmon, that was I'd say about a half a package of this. Again, these food items are things I had in the cupboard from a long time ago. These are long-term food items. They're over 10 years old. So we're just going to go ahead and rehydrate this. And I realized that I wasn't rehydrating it very well, so I actually tried to heat it in the microwave. That didn't help me either. So what I'm going to do is go right into the blender with it. So I've got a blender here I picked up for $10 at a Walmart Friday sale. It's the Black & Decker. It's a $10 Walmart item, so it's all set to go. I'm going to go ahead and put that fish in there. And I can add a little bit more water to it. And we're going to go ahead and hit the blender right now. All right, we blended up that mash. Excellent. Yeah, that's good. Now I take my measuring cup, which I always use for rice. We got our bulk rice here. I'm going to put, this is survival food from over 10 years now. I'm just going to put a half a cup of white rice. Actually, I'm going to start with the white rice first because that's going to be on the top. So let's take a look here. Okay, got a half a cup of white rice, or whatever you have. Preferably not plastic rice. Try to choose non-GMO products if you can. And we're going to put just a topper of almost a half a cup of brown rice. Okay, there we go. I'm going to rinse it off because rice happens to have a very kind of a arsenic potential, they say. So arsenic is a potential problem. Being rice grows in water, there's a lot of rare earth metals and other things in the ground, and it gets into rice. So it's highly recommended, no matter what kind of rice you get, preferably not plastic rice, you will you will have a clean product. Okay. Now I've got the ricer all set up over there. I guess you guys can't see it over there. It's right over there. And I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil on the bottom of this as the base. I'm going to plug it in. Okay. The light goes on immediately. I just cover the bottom with about 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. You can use olive oil, it's okay. Take a bag of rice. That's back in my storage here for posterity. Yeah. All right, take a coffee break. Hey, you're not allowed to post that person if they're slandering me. You can't post their name here. Okay, this dinner is going to get started right now when I take a small onion and it's got the peeling on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off, and I'm going to take a little cut at the base, see that? And then pull off the outer layer as best you can. That outer layer is what you can't eat, otherwise it's too chewy. All right? Okay, then because I have some celery I need to eat up, I'm going to go ahead and throw some celery in this dish. I've got some organic celery. I really should just, you know, it's fine. It's not like it's going bad, but, you know, if I don't eat it, it will. So I'm going to have a couple stalks of celery on that one, which are roughly about 20 cents for that celery and about 20 cents for the onion. Now the rice surprise can be made with these two vegetables. That's all you need. And you're getting plenty of vegetables and roughage in the dish. So just an even chop. Doesn't have to be too fine. Okay, my sesame oil is ready. Nice and warm. And I'm going to put all of this in the ricer. It's at the bottom. Okay? Right there on top of the sesame oil. All right. Now, the fish idea is actually replaceable with a can of sardines. If you want to go with a can of sardines for $1, you can do that. But essentially, I'm no more than $1.50 into this, no more than $2 for the rice surprise. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put the rice, brown rice, down first on top of that. You can also add seasoning like ginger. Italian seasoning is not appropriate here, but dill weed is. So I'm going to throw some dill weed in this dish. Okay. And I'm going to go take the entire amount of seaweed and put that right on top of this completely. All that seaweed goes right on top. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the blended fish mix and throw that on top for flavoring. Now that's got a smoky flavor, and it's made with smoked.
You tried it by itself?
You know, what I'm going to do is, this is just a mashup. We can feed it to the animals outside. I don't know. It's called experimentation. I did try it, yes. Okay, and bring up the water almost to the point where it's about an inch below the surface. I think it needs to go up a little bit. There we go. So bring it up to about an inch below the surface, and then turn it on. There you go. Okay, that's done. Rice surprise. Yay. Now I have some frozen green pepper that I need to eat up tonight, so I'm going to let that sit there in the bag. And I found $2 worth of ground beef that's really ideal for this meal. Yeah, I'm using a package that I paid $3.80 for, and I used half of it already. So I'm estimating that that's about $2 worth. So yeah, $2 for extra lean beef. That's pretty good. And I've got some garlic here. So far I'm into this meal for $4. Okay. Now I know some of you are trying to cook one meal out of this. I'm trying to make two. So I'm going to have to bump it up to, because I've got tomato sauce going in here, and I've got this angel hair that I got for $1, non-GMO Aranzoni. I'm going to bump this up to, say, $5, $6 for these two meals. Okay? So I'm doing this right now as we speak. Hey, sorry guys, I can't get into iVlog right now. We've got a little situation. There's some technical errors going on. But we'll get on it as soon as I get done with this segment. Okay, meanwhile, while while the rice surprise is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and fill my water up with filtered water for the spaghetti. Okay, so I'm putting filtered water from a reverse osmosis filter. Yes, I talked about the arsenic earlier. Yep. I rinsed that rice like no other. I totally did. It was good. So I'm going to fill out about halfway full for the angel hair. And we want to get the temperature up to a good roaring boil, and I throw the angel hair in there, and it's done in about 6 minutes. The fastest pasta to make is angel hair. It beats capellini and any other. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and turn that on over here on this burner. There we go. And I want to make sure I got all that out of there. Yeah, smells like salmon. It actually smells like it's still fresh. It's like 6 years old, this salmon. Amazing. I'm going to get every last drop of it. Because what I'm shooting for is a rice dish that's quick to make, that you could take dried ingredients, because that celery and that the onion could be dried and could rehydrate in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to see how that tastes. It's an experiment, and Sarah said, "Are you going to eat that?" It's like, well, actually, if I don't eat it, it's going to go into the compost heap. So either way, it's going to be good for the soil.
I was just asking if you tasted the fish thing before you added it.
Yeah, it was better than the cod that I had that was 27 years old.
Well, that's good, because that cod was inedible.
Yeah, I had some cod. My mother had picked up some dried cod, because we used to make New England codfish dinners all the time. And we had it in the refrigerator for about 27 years. It was in the back of the refrigerator. Dried cod. Get that off your mind, dude. Cod. Codfish. There was a time, a long time ago, that cod still lived on the earth before brain dead people like yourself decided to ignore the planet and let it rot. Yeah, it's called codfish. Anyway, that was another story. Hey, Igloo, I want you to copy that. I want you to copy all this stuff and send it to me at America's Third Party. We are under attack right now. We're going to have to troubleshoot our iBlog account in the other room on Epic, if you want to try doing that. Or I'll do it. America's Third Party at gmail.com. Get a screencast program, it's free, and copy it for me and send it to me, because I'm going to be using that as all the kinds of supportive evidence to prove that these people are being allowed to commit hate crimes on this channel. Yeah, there's a whole series of things. Yep. They got squat. They're not going to be able to do anything. Okay, let's do another onion, shall we? And I'm going to get this back burner over here going, because on level 3. So I've got that on level 6 in the front, and I've got this one on level 3 right here, which is where I'll make the spaghetti sauce. Okay, typical onion, same kind of procedure. Just cut it in half and trim the base real quick like that. That's the part you don't really need, but that's the best part to pull, because it's thicker at the bottom. And you can smell it and make sure everything's good. Everything tastes good. Onions can go bad right around the base, so it's a good place to start. I got a little bit of bad right there. See that? Now these are organic onions. So the best way to cut off the bad is smell it. If it smells sweet, that's bad. Okay, so we got that out of control. And then we're going to take some more of this organic, by the way, those are organic yellow onions. It's not safe, the convoy. Well, you guys are going to be under arrest someday if you guys keep it up. You will. You'll face time in jail. Because attacking a person for no basis at all is illegal. It's called a hate crime, and oh yeah. You guys you're in trouble. And we got a recording of you too, by the way. Your neighbor doesn't know shit. Okay, that pan is getting ready to warm up. while we chop our celery and our onions. Ready for another one? So you got a bad part right there. You want to cut it off. Any kind of bad stuff, cut that off. That's why I said I was ready to eat this. It was perfect timing. All right, just basic cut on this, just like before. Munch, munch, munch. Always keep your fingers down when possible. And that's not looking good. I'm going to get rid of that. That's got a blemish on it. And we'll go ahead and nice slices. This organic onion looks so good. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to use olive oil on the base of this dish. All right, we're going to go ahead and put some organic olive oil on there. About 2 tablespoons. Nice. And since I'm done with these, I'm going to go ahead and rinse them out. And I've got a lot of celery left. Wow. Very good. More organic celery for later. Yeah, the rice surprise is going to be something, man. I've never had wild salmon dried, rehydrated, and thrown into a rice dish. I'm anxious to see what it tastes like. We're steaming the heck out of it. It's starting up right now. It's going to be just finished by the time the show is ready to convert over. I don't watch shows. I used to watch them as a kid. Yeah, I was really into cooking because I had to cook for the family at 10. I did a lot of cooking. I've been cooking for almost 50 years. I'm 58 now. But yeah, it's great. So, cleaver, yeah. Gheti and rice, yep. MeatyGhetti and rice surprise. Hey, this meat looks good too. It was a really good cut of, it almost looks like ground round. I don't know if you ever got ground round in the old days. It was pure, like the best cut of meat that was ground up. Sarah and I spotted it at a local store. We love looking for certain items at certain stores. Yeah, I'm extremely efficient at everything I do. I never spill or cut or anything. You know, I would never do a Bobby Flay and cut my finger on screen. That was a joke. You guys have, you know, seriously, he calls himself a chef, really. Anyway, we're looking at a really nice piece of 93% lean. I won't even have to drain any fat out of there. Okay, that pan is nice and hot on level 3. I'm going to go ahead and put the onions and the celery in there. Now I'm going to take it up to level 6, I think, just like the other one. Because this has to be a fusion meal, we have to cook this really fast. Okay, I'm going to cover it up, get that level up to 6. That should have a really fast cook. And then I'm going to get some Italian seasoning for this. Give it a sprinkle. I'd say about a teaspoon or less than a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. This meal takes a lot of Italian seasoning. Get that going. Yeah. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to put some Himalayan sea salt in my wonderful ronzoni. I opened this container recently. You guys saw me open it. I'm going to throw some Himalayan sea salt in there, in the water. Oh, beautiful. It's almost ready. So my meat sauce is running behind my white sauce, or excuse me, my pasta. I'm going to get this dish ready so I can put the pasta in when I drain it. Okay. It's happening quick, yeah. Bobby Flay won the Iron Chef and he jumped on the cooking table and the Japanese host wanted to kill him. Yeah. You remember that scene? Man, you've watched a lot of Bobby Flay, haven't you? Good for you. Yeah, I used to watch Yan Can Cook. There were so many great, the Frugal Gourmet. That guy turned out to be kind of a weird person. I started watching Julia Childs, and then The Galloping Gourmet, and then it just went on from there. It was just one of those things I enjoyed watching cooking. And I think everybody likes cooking. They like to see things make things that taste good. Yan Can Cook was the best show. I think so too. I have copies of all those shows dating back to 1985. Isn't that amazing? Oh yeah, I have them all on videotape. My mother, God rest her soul, she loved cooking as well. That's one of the reasons why I like to cook. But she copied all of them because she wanted the recipes in the future. So here we got amazing stuff. I should open a food network of just 1980s to 90s food cooking shows. Really, I've got tons of stuff. It's amazing. They say that VHS is coming back. People are actually looking for VHS cassettes still online. They're rare. You can barely get them when they're new anymore. That's coming along really nice. Hey, and the nice thing about these frozen green peppers, I got to throw them in there right now so they start defrosting on top of those others. So I'll slow it down a little bit. I'm going to put a half a bag, so about roughly one whole green pepper. Yeah, that's good. I put a dent in it. Roughly one whole green pepper. We had like 3 in this bag that we freeze. And you can get green peppers for 2 for $1 now. They used to be 3 for $1, but right back in the freezer for another meal. Yeah, used to be 3 for $1, so that's kind of an odd thing. Okay, we have almost a boil going here. Ready to put the angel hair inside the hot boil. He did the show Juiced. I don't think Gordon is, actually. I'll tell you, I think that he uses way too much salt. And if he's working in a cardiac care unit, the guy would be responsible for the, yeah, exactly. I'm fighting a thing now. I've got to get my community to not put a water softener in because all these water softeners add salt to the water, and salt is dangerous if you're sensitive to it. 25% of the population is salt sensitive. No, you're not allowed to do that. Trump is going to be resigning probably this year. Yeah, get ready. Salt is very dangerous, yeah. So you're looking at a serious reversal of sorts in an amazing way. We're seeing Americans become more tuned in to the fact that salt is potentially, causing hardening of the arteries, high blood pressure. It can kill you, yeah. So I've got to get my community to put these amazing deionization systems in, which are, I know I'm not on iBlog. Scissor fight. I told Sarah about it, yeah. Yeah, we were unable to get in. We're not sure if the program crashed or if we have a password problem, so. Yep. Hey there. Well, there's not a lot of real mass shootings anymore. Most of them have been faked recently, so since there's no evidence of mass shootings, there are no mass shootings. Terrorism is all mostly a configuration in the mindset of the elites that try to initiate a police state, greater totalitarian control. So they create these events to make it seem like they're real. It's like theater. Oh, you can challenge me on things like what's going on with the government and issues, but don't talk about the show or me in particularly. Okay, we're at roaring boil time. Whoa, it's big. It's nationwide. It's roaring boil. Okay, take the ronzoni. Don't be intimidated by the box. Just grab it. Grab it like you own it. Drop it in your hand like that. See that massive amount? This is $1 worth of pasta, non-GMO pasta, by the way. Grab it like that, and then just break it right in like you're breaking bread. And then spin it around. Give it a spiral when you put it in. And make sure you get it all in there. Okay, immediately take a spatula and start moving it around, otherwise it'll stick. Immediately start moving that sucker around. Yeah, you betcha. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put all that 1 pound of pasta, beautiful non-GMO pasta by Ronzoni. I love how all these companies are saying non-GMO now. Little spill. Yeah, it's great. And that rice surprise is coming along really nice. You can replace the fish element in the rice surprise with a can of sardines. You like the bulge? Yeah. Oh, you're looking at my crotch? Yeah. I see where you're at. Oh, that's nothing to be ashamed of. God-given talents and everything. Okay, so what's happening? Hit 5 people dead, suspect in custody. Annapolis newsroom shooting leaves 5 people. Do they have photographs of any dead people? Otherwise, we can't verify it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and move that pasta again. And we're all set to get the hamburger in there. I know a lot of you are going, when is this guy going to put the hamburger in there? Well, right now. Take the package off like that. Now what I like to do is put a little bit of seasoning on it, pepper or onion powder or garlic powder. Or in this case, some Cajun powder that I'm using up. Trying to get rid of it. By McCormick. And I'm going to put a little garlic in there too. Just throw that meat right on the pan. Like that. Toss the wrapper. And I'm going to give using my same wooden spatula, I'm going to give my pasta a little spin here. I'm going to take that same spatula because it doesn't really matter. Going into hot water or meat doesn't matter. Yeah, and you know, I've got some really great garlic here. I'm going to use a spoonful of garlic. You know something? I've got so much garlic here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it all in there. Okay. Yeah. And I think when I get done with the pasta water, I'll put some pasta water in there and put it back in the dish. Okay, so let's get that meat cooking. It's roughly a pound of meat, maybe a little less. Okay. That won't fit. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the pasta water off completely. Yay! That angel hair can sit in the water. Just let it sit there right there. It's not doing anything. Ooh, take the garlic spoon, Dave, and move it around. Good idea. Okay, it's done. We're going to go ahead and drain it out in the sink. I always like to run some water when I do this. I really need to move the cord so it doesn't hang in the way. Okay, we're doing it. Here we go. Put a little bit back in the pan so it kind of keeps it moving. See how I do that? And then right back through. This way you can avoid having any sticky pasta on the bottom, which is a pain to get up if it dries. But I got a stubborn one right there, see it? It won't let go. Okay, I'm going to put this in the big container like that. Some water in there. Yeah, and then I'm going to take a little olive oil too and put it on the top just to keep it moving. So you can take olive oil and put it right on the top. Not too much, no more than about a tablespoon. And then move it around like that. Okay, cool. And I'm going to cover it up, kind of steam it. My blue willow pattern. Yeah, MeatyGhetti, it's happening at the MeatyGhetto. We're sorry about the iVlog problem, but we'll be troubleshooting it as soon as I get done here. Okay, now I got to pick out some tomato sauce. So. Okay. I've got the ultimate unsalted Eden Organic. Now, I got these things for $1. You can get a similar container of pasta sauce at the dollar store for $1. Rounding this meal out at $6. So having to mute people during the show is part of what I do. So Eden Organic is the best tomato sauce on earth. It's already pre-made, pre-cooked, but you can get Hunt's or any number of other choices at the dollar store. These happen to be, just lucky purchases when I was out and about. Fresh packed Romas. Eden spaghetti sauce, no salt, is family farm, better tasting. Red, ripe, organic Roma tomatoes are packed within hours of harvest to maximize flavor, aroma, and nutrients. Extra virgin organic Spanish olive oil and 100% organic herbs and spices. I deserve this, don't I? I'm going to put it in there. Here we go. Now I'm going to get rid of some of that Cajun spicy because I need a little salt in this dish because this is a no salt tomato sauce. But if you're using regular tomato sauce at the dollar store, don't add extra salt. Okay. Look at that meat. Wow. It's great. It's almost cooked. Look at that. It's ready to go. I'm going to top it off with a little bit more of this Cajun spice. And that gives it a little spicy taste, so I'm going to expect a little spice out of this MeatyGhetti. I'm going to throw this in there right now. Right on top of that. Beautiful. I'm going to take a little water. Mix it around. Not a lot of water because you don't want to make it too wet. Just enough to get the basis out of this. That's got to get a little more water. If you do it in shifts, you don't get it too wet. Okay. All right, there we go. That'll do it. I guess I'll save the rest of this for some other meal. I could just use water in there and the garlic. Okay, gently push it down and bring the bottom up. There you go. Everything kind of moves around and kind of sets. Now I'm still cooking at level 6. So now is the time to add any other additional spices you want. I think I'll top it off with a little bit of Italian seasoning. And I'm just going to cook the hell out of that at level 3 until the other dish is done. Then I'll pull them all together and then we'll have a wonderful meal. This will easily feed 10. This will probably feed 20 people. Nope, no Parkinson's disease. Nope. No history of Parkinson's in my life. You've been purged. Yeah, I can multitask. I do about 14 things at once. Right now I'm studying a chapter in my mind and I'm writing. I'm writing a book. It's about my life. But more than that, it's about how the democratic movements in America have been suppressed. And how people like Trump, who are fascist in nature, come around every 50 years. because there's a time when we have a dumbing down of our society every 50 years. It will be, I hope. So it deals with my family's history, which also dovetails right into the history of the Democrats and democracy and the history of our country. I was a Democrat for 30 years, but I'm no longer a Democrat because they're corrupt. They're completely corrupt now. And Trump is also corrupt. So we got a two-party problem here. But I'm really talking in the book about not the Democratic Party, but other than the fact that they refused to let me talk. That will be mentioned. And they told me to shut up. That'll be mentioned. And they told me that they didn't want to hear when I said that I would not ratify the war in Iraq. They told me to shut up. That will be mentioned. But other than that, it's just talking about democracy and how it's being stifled in America. The corruption eruption, yeah. Gunfight, you don't seem like you're a supporter here. I'm amazed you even lasted this long. Another ban. Okay, so that's cooking rather quickly at level 3. The rice is cooking in the back, the rice surprise. And until that thing turns off, we won't know. Now, I started this cooking show about 100 cooking shows back. And I'll tell you, I copied the first one I did. So, I think I pulled that off this hard drive. Yeah, dang. I copied it. Yeah, I pulled it off this, I thought I had it, but I cleaned it up. We're going to lose this computer by the end of the year. We have a 3-year warranty on it, and it came up with a spike in the middle of it. It's a gaming computer, an MSI gaming computer. So the laptop, they said they didn't want to fix the thing. They just wanted to take it back and give us something of equal value. So we said, okay, well, let's use this if we take it on any road trips, and if it breaks, we're gonna get a new one anyway. So get your 3-year contract on these laptops. Pay the money for your 3-year warranty. I'm serious. I don't like to talk about playing games on our show. But yeah, pay the money for that. It really is important. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and go in the other room. I'm going to plug one of my shows. We have a website called Cool Rock.
The planet and its inhabitants worship sound. 2 superpowers collide. We bring you a nightly soundscape of incredible music. Join us at coolrock.com and watch virtual chat, great music, and interactive news.
Just to kind of get ahead. Thank you. All right, so we got it. See, that's Cool Rock. I've got a Cool Rock site, coolrock.com. You can watch our show there and play music. It's kind of fun. Do weird stuff. It's a totally flexible site. If you have any problems with it, just hit the refresh button and it pops right back up. Okay, we're moving really, really fast now. I'm all set to put this dish together. I'm turning everything off. Now that Eden organic pasta sauce is just like Hunt's that you get at the dollar store for $1. It's pre-made. You don't have to cook it very long. Just reheat it. Yeah, Jews are good people. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Jewish people. The Ashkenazis who want to be Jewish are the greedy people. They're very greedy. I don't want to go anywhere because I'd have to fly to New York, and I can't fly because of the death threats against me. So I'm bigger than Bobby Flay. I don't need to go fly to Bobby Flay. You know something? In my life, if I end up being an outdoorsman and living in the middle of nowhere, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I really don't need to be the flashy traveler that Donald Trump is. What you get with me is an honest person who's willing to make the tough choices necessary to fix the country. You don't get that with him. You get a man who's manipulated by the Russians, by monetary elitists, and possibly even a sex tape, who is not in any way non-materialistic. He's a really greedy guy. So, well, no, I'm a person who can live humbly with the earth. That's the important thing. I'm trying to teach you, all of you, how to live within your means or below your means so that you can get ahead. Nope, I'm not appearing at Comic-Con. No, they're making that story up. I won't be making any appearances anywhere. Unless they pay me $75,000 an hour, I can't travel. It's $75,000 an hour for me to go anywhere for my time. Not just for the speaking event. It just from the minute I leave my house, it's $75,000 an hour. So if anything were to happen, you know, I can't secure a plane. I can't get on a plane to fly anywhere. Yeah, that's my rate. I haven't been paid that yet, but that's what I'm charging. Well, there you go. Exactly. So if I get 75 cents an hour, I can't do it. It's not worth even talking about. Well, Trump isn't as big as I am. I'm bigger than Trump. When they started censoring me and pushing me back and holding back my world audience, I was pretty much forced to be kind of this recluse that I am today. I would normally travel by air if I could justify what's happening, but their navigation systems are completely hackable. I can't hack them, but they're easily hackable according to an expert, top expert. So I'll take his word for it. I can't do that. I can't put people at risk and get on a plane. You realize if somebody were to take me out on a plane, what it would mean? Everybody on the plane would die because of me. I would never want that. I'm against any kind of danger on the planes. Well, you don't even belong here. Yeah, I'm going to purge what you said, and then you can restart. Oh my gosh. Cook is almost ready to switch over to warm. We're almost there in the final minutes here. I'm about ready to put the red sauce on top of the pasta. Now you can serve these separate, but I like to mix them because they stretch out longer. Here we go. Look at that beautiful pasta waiting for the red sauce. And that red sauce is bubbling away. Look at that. Bubble, bubble. Pour, pour. Put it all on top and put it and invert it so that the peppers and the onions sit on top. Isn't that nice? All right. Now I do a lot for some Parmesan cheese if you want to put that in there. Now the key here is to just go in a little bit like that. Make a quick kind of about 5 pokes in there. And let the sauce kind of go into the spaghetti and let it serve it like that, but pull out of the bottom. Pull out of the bottom. You don't want to pull out of the top, because if you pull out of the top, everybody gets the meat. I've seen this happen where people like serve these things. Mega container of Parmesan, $5.99 at Costco. I've seen it where people serve these things. I'm going to top it off with a Parmesan. And if you don't pull it from the bottom, the people that are downwind from the entire meal, they don't get anything. Huh?
Just starch.
It's ready to go? Okay, thank you. Okay, that's one meal. That this is all inclusive, $6 for all this stuff. The rice is 50 cents. I don't mind a little cellulose in my Parmesan. I can deal with that. It's the desiccated dead body parts that I'm a little concerned about. I don't want to get that. Yeah. What's all this references to cannibalism online? Have you seen that? Like Netflix has shows that talk about cannibalism. We're watching this show called The Rain out of Sweden, and these people are sitting down and eating somebody. Just a little taste won't hurt, Dr. Meow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, are they trying to like trivialize dead people and eating people? I mean, what's going on? Sure, I can drop a spoon, bend it over to make it up. Yes, I am able to completely move my entire body. It is fully functional. Welcome to Technology Thursday. I am your guest host, David Spawnheim. Okay, we're ready to go. The cook is not turning off like I expected. My timing is slightly off. I expected the rice to be done, but it gives me a good chance to clean up while I'm sitting here. Have you ever done dishes while you cook? Well, I do. Just make sure you get anything sticking off of the sides so it doesn't hurt you. Sarah got this thing at IKEA. I love this brush. Check it out. It's got like a suction cup on it. Oh. Yeah, it's completely suction cups anywhere. You can't even get it off. Isn't that great? Well, let's be clear. Barack Obama cannot run for president again, but Michelle can. And Barack Obama could be the first man. Okay, I'm just going to get very little bit of sticky on this because I rinsed it right away. Isn't that easy? I mean, then you don't have to deal with cleaning up after a meal. I have a dishwasher, yes. A wash disher. I do have a wash disher, yes. It's 20 years old, and I'll show it to you. All right. I put this metal surface on it, so sometimes I have to take a rag and wipe it off. But it's an old washer that I faced off with silver. Isn't that cool? The silver plate cost me $50, but the washer is still functional and it still works 20 years into it. So I'm happy. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to show you the rice dish now. It's still not clicking off, so I'm going to click it off on its own. I'm going to let it set in its own heat because this rice dish looked like it needed a little extra time to kind of fuse. But there it is. And we made 2 meals, rice surprise and out of wild caught salmon, dried, and dried other ingredients like seaweed. And that's very derogatory. Thank you. And we want to talk primarily about how you can stretch meals as far as you can go. And that's what this is all about. You enjoyed the trousers? Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Those are Columbia pants, by the way. They give you a little skosh extra room in the groin area in case you got, a little bit more than the average guy, if you know what I mean. Okay. So this is a wonderful meal. This is a full rice dish. You could serve that as well. And again, you could replace the dried fish with sardines. And then this amazing pasta dish ready to go. Look at that. If that doesn't look appealing, I don't know what does. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with David's Kitchen. I'll be back on next week. Maybe next week will be a different kind of a show. We'll see. All right. Take care. We'll see you in a bit. Start up in 2 minutes.